Welcome to my channel. Today I will be showing you how you can actually gank, how you can dodge gankers and everything else about ganking. So make sure you watch the video fully to understand everything I am talking about. Also, if you want to enter the giveaway, there is a 7-day premium giveaway almost on every video. You just have to like the video, leave a comment with your in-game name, and don't let me disturb you for any longer. Let's get into the video. Okay, so first I'm going to show you what kind of weapons are best to use for ganking, because you can use mostly everything, but you know, every single weapon has its own difference in content. So first of all, a good weapon is the Heron Spear in my opinion if it's a single target, because it has a strong pullback and slow. Another good weapon tree is the Dagger tree, the Dagger pair, the Death Givers, the Claws. They're all pretty good in my opinion. Under the Quarterstaff you have the Grail Seeker and the Staff of Balance. They're pretty decent as well for catching. In a ganking comp you usually need multiple damage dealers and multiple stoppers or catchers. So for the damage dealers I recommend going Assassin Jacket, because you can jump out of invisibility with extra damage. Also for catchers it's the Fiend Robe. You can fear the enemies away, make them go towards your teammates, or even push them away from zoning into the other zone to be safe. For boots, usually I just go with Blink Boots or Stalkers, because Stalker give you extra damage, but Blink Boots have a smaller cooldown like Cleric and Mercenary Sandals or Boots. A good ganking weapon is also from the Maces Morningstar. I wouldn't use it, but if you don't have spec in anything else you can go with it, because the Morningstar is a really good stun or root, because the enemy actually can't move for around 4 seconds. It gives your team time to catch up and help dismount him. Under the hammers you also have the Pole Hammer. The Pole Hammer is a good one to just root them and help your team catch up, it's not the best for dismounting enemies. Also the Bear Paws under the Access tree is pretty decent, because it has a lot of damage and a decent range. It's pretty easy to dismount people with it and catch as well. A good tank armor is also the Graveguard armor. It's really easy to actually pull people back, just like I pulled the children into my basement if they try to escape. But the best helmets in my opinion are still the Fiend Cowl. It purges the enemies, and the Helmet of Valor, it does an area purge. The boots I'd go with Soldier Boots, because it's the best range, it goes really far, and you basically catch up to every single person trying to run away from you. I'm not sure about minor boots, but most of boots you should be fine with it. So let me just get the ganking swap on. I would go with Dagger Bear, because it is the best in my opinion to dismount. The E does a lot of damage, but you also need a mount that's 132 mount speed, because you do want to catch up to the fastest people, just to make sure you can get that extra silver. I'd go with a Fiend Cowl, so once I dismount them I can also purge their boots. Assassin Jacket for the invisibility, so they can't see me hitting them before they're already dismounted. And boots for extra damage, or if they try to go next to me and just dodge me while I'm invis. With my W I can basically stun them after I've dismounted them, purged their boots, ruined their whole day, basically they're weak, and abuse them as much as I could. Because it just helps me buy more time for my team to get here, and I can do extra damage during that time. I also enjoy it a lot as a hobby. But the best thing on the Dagger Bear in my opinion is, to do the most damage you need full stacks on your Q. So for that I'm going to take the one that stacks passively once I activate it. So I press Q, go into invis with my jacket, and it will just passively stack up. That just means once the target reaches me I can just pop my potion on top of him, poison him, make him feel pain. I can just drop my E on top of him and dismount him basically instantly. It's pretty easy, pretty good, Another good ganking mount you can use, so you don't even have to dismount, is the Morgana's Raven, because you can actually fear the enemies for 5 seconds. That's a lot in my opinion. You can just push them away from the gate into your teammates or some shit. It's really OP in my opinion, but I'd rather go all hands in and just blow them up with my Dagger Pair or my Bear Paws. Most DPS weapons will dismount the person if you're positioned correctly. But now, onto the zones. So, you can actually gank in the Royal Continent in the red zones for full loot, because people will be transporting to Carleon. So you can just sit on the route to Carleon. A lot of people will be transporting shit to sell on the black market. Some of them might be A3 items, I've done that before. But you can also go to another zone called the Yellow Zone to gank. That's what Swole Benj usually does, but I don't recommend doing that honestly. It's just annoying. You're just being a content stopping people from, poor people from transporting beast hearts or some kind of faction hearts, you know. It's just disturbing in my opinion, you're bullying the newbies into the game. A problem with ganking in the red zone is also that all the people who have flagged up for faction or people who haven't flagged up as PvP can just gang up on you. I mean, that's usually called blue police. They just come in like 10 people. They just come to fuck your day. They beat you. They abuse you. They also do a couple of pictures meanwhile to post on Reddit or YouTube fails to actually laugh about you. But once you kill those 10, they just multiply into 20. After 20 it's 40, and after 40 they're about 100. So be ready to just queue for the next map because you're going to be clustered queued. And that's why I love going into the black zone instead of red zone. So here you basically just run around, you can gank everyone, and people also can't gang up on you because, you know, everyone can kill everyone. Another good thing in the black zone is that most gatherers go to the black zone, so you might find some 5, 3, 6, 3, 7, 8 trees even, just roaming about trying to get their fame up, and you just ruin their day, take their silver, take their gear, and they just have to go out gather again, and then you strike again, you take all their silver and shit, and you just repeat this process. You can just deposit your loot in a little bit once your outlaw goes away, but I mean, it should be still fine. There are storage outposts in black zone map, so you can put your stuff there as well. So if you're trying to gank, I think the best option for you is to spread out with your teammates. I mean, depending on how many you are, the more spread out you have to be actually. Now if you're spread out and you actually see someone you want to gank, you're going to have to follow them the whole time and ping where they're at, their location. And your team has to try to cut off all the gates, all the Eva roads, just so they can't escape. But you know, usually it doesn't work out, some retard still chases him with you, keeps on saying where they're going, then dismounts and does absolutely nothing, but that's a part of the process, you know, that should happen. Most people when they get ganked, they will just panic, they will run into walls, noob trap themselves, so that means they will run into a wall with no exit, so they have to go back towards you. I mean, only experienced player or veterans actually escape gankers because they know what to do, they don't panic, they don't scream, they just chill there, you know, just another day in Albion online, getting ganked, getting abused, getting your trousers pulled down, and I mean, I'm not going to explain it further, but you understand the idea. It's just mental abuse and physical abuse. But, of course, there's time to learn, so if you want to dodge gankers, you can just stay calm, run towards the exits, run towards the Eva portals. If you see a red name dismounted, instantly turn around. And also another trick that has come into play is you can actually pop mists. So you run to a mist so it opens, you click on top of it, and if a ganker dismounts they need 5 seconds to actually hit you to cancel the DP into the mists. But the secret in that is that you charge into the mist faster than they can actually dismount and hit you, so you can just instantly escape that way. But for you gankers, who I have a tip for, basically in the black zone there are a lot of hideouts, as you know, and people are transporting gear into the hideouts right before maintenance or after maintenance. So if you go at that timer deep into a black zone, you might find a transporter, and I mean, those guys usually carry millions on top of them, and that's basically free money in my opinion. So basically, if they're just CTA or CVC slaves, meaning that they're just used to following the caller's instructions and nothing else, not even thinking on their own, they will just panic, run into a wall, fuck themselves over, get ganked, and then they will just cry about it in guild chat and go for another one. So that's where you come in. You gank them once, you gank them twice, maybe even 3 times before they actually rage quit the game. But I mean, more silver in our pocket, am I right? But if you're a new player with your teammates, just make sure you can actually cut the enemy off, because sometimes if you're new to the maps you might even know where they're going to run. But if you do, it's just pretty easy to predict what they're gonna do, where they're gonna go. You can also check their guild name, so you can see which hideout they might be heading to. I mean, that's basically all. If you enjoyed the video, please don't forget to like, leave a comment and subscribe to be updated with my content. Don't forget to turn the notifications on also. Another thing I want to say is don't forget to enter the giveaway. I mean, it's free premium, there's nothing else literally. There's no catch, there's no secret to it. It's just a fucking giveaway. Also, the last giveaway's winner is here. Don't forget to join my guild modifiers. Also, if you enjoyed the content, go to my channel and go watch my other guides. But make sure you also like them.
Shine bright like a diamond. Shine bright like a diamond.
Twilight and the beautiful sea, I chose to be happy. You and I, we're like diamonds in the sky. You're a shooting star, I see, a vision of ecstasy. When you hold me, I'm alive. We're like diamonds in the sky.